Howdy! You'll be doing a kind of cool and fun lab this week over parks. So you're like, oh no, another public lands thing. Kinda. It's an extension of casual collecting, but in a completely different frame and light. Now, I need you to keep in mind that we are an earth science course. So the sites that you're going to select that you want to visit should in some way be able to link back to our course. Do they fit a geology criteria, an astronomy, an oceanography, a meteorology, a climate change sustainability? If you can correlate your sites to one of those topics, then you've got a great one to include on your lab. And you will follow in order of the sequence that I've listed. Do not take out any information as you've been doing all semester. In other words, keep everything just as you would. The entire lab needs to stay intact. The questions, not just answers. And students who provide me labs that just have answers should expect them not to be graded. I need the information that I have given you to adequately grade and understand that what you presented me matches what I've asked for. So let me give you an example of something that you may not have learned about before today. And that would be what World Heritage Sites are. World Heritage Sites can meet more than one designation, but a minimum designation of one of the criteria that's listed. And you're going to learn about these criteria as you go through this lab. A good one that I could have given an example of is a geologic significance, like the Grand Canyon, representing some of the most best known sequential layers of geologic time. And then there could be some for beauty, and I'll give that as an example of Glacier National Park. Then maybe you might have one of significance geologically for active volcanoes, like the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. But there are other types of World Heritage Sites out there. For example, if you went to Sydney, Australia, the Sydney Opera House is considered that for an architectural significant site. Same thing with the pyramids. Maybe you want to look at something that's ecologically significant. Well, there are a number of those sites across the world. I visited a place on the west coast of Australia for the most famous living stromatolites, which are the oldest known living fossils in the world. So just to put in perspective, whatever sites you're choosing, whether it is a public lands, a national park, a national forest, a national battleground site, an international World Heritage Site, a state park, whatever it might be, I need you to link it back to our course topics and clearly make that distinction. When you say you want to visit a place, it's not just because it's cool. Now, all these places are cool. I want to know, how does this relate to things you've learned about in this class? Why did this spark your interest? How does it link to our course objectives? It's a great lab, a great experience, because you get to see and experience some cool places, as well as think about how it relates to the items we've learned. Don't remove anything from the lab. Keep your answers in a different color as you've been doing throughout the semester, and turn your lab in by the due date and time. Thanks so much. Bye.